I love this country. And I'm proud to be a gay man. Raising a diverse family in the best country in human history. I resent my family and myself ever being looked at through an immutable trait. I resent ever being told that I'm a victim, my son's a victim, because of our immutable traits. I want the dignity and the honor to be judged by my character and by my merit and by my achievement. I don't want to live in an America where my son is told that his father victimizes him because of the color of his skin, because of some type of privilege in the ether that I can or cannot control. I want my son to know that he can overcome any challenge in this country, regardless of the sins of our past, but my God, have we done a great job becoming better. I can look all up and down Clackamas County, our local community, across our history from Frederick Douglass to Barack Obama to Justice Thomas, and I can see how we have worked to become a more unified union, living up to our values and who we are. Sometimes when we look at a budget, it's about talking about our values. Money is not just some abstract thing that is debits and pluses and minuses and this $1 million here and that $1 million there, but it speaks to our county's values. We have to be honest about what the value system, the worldview of EDI, DEI, and all the rest. And it's not just about title this or that, 2, 6, 9, it's not about that. It's not about trying to thread the needle to figure out how we can get this little pot of money so that we can do this little thing that we want to do in this program, but what is the value that we are promoting within our county? We may always struggle with issues like race. We may always struggle with people being different than us. That may be part of the human condition. But this county, the people in this room that I get to serve with, and I believe overall most Americans are good people that are not racist, that don't look to marginalize and hurt others. And often we're told that no fault of our own, just by our own existence, that we do that, or we racialize everything. And sometimes this EDI, the philosophy that drives some of this EDI work does that. You can't come speak in this group because you didn't have this level of oppression, or you weren't intersecting with these different racial groups, and you weren't. It really tends to be something that does not bring our county and local communities together, but I think divides it. I had no plan to speak about this today. And it's emotional for me and my family as we chart these kind of new perilous waters around race, sex, gender, and all the rest in our communities today that often has become such a wedge and so polarizing that we can't even enjoy a football game, a barbecue, or Christmas without some type of unnecessary strife, that realizing that we all put on our pants the same day, have the same American values that unify us to do the same important work in our communities day after day. And we allow immutable traits to be used as a wedge to divide. I could sit here and tell you my family sob story, my personal experiences where bad people treated me poorly. I could tell you my kid's story and there wouldn't be a dry eye in this room. But those things don't define me. People that treat me badly don't get to tell me I can't succeed in my God in this country and in this county. If I do the work, if I show up, if I try my best, I get to be a county commissioner and I get to do great things. And my son can go play potentially football in a Division I scholarship from Oregon's broken foster care system and being marginalized to being now no longer a statistic but a success. Not one thing about my immutable traits stopped me from achieving anything great in my life. And I sure as hell won't let this county have an ideology that tells anybody else that because of their immutable trait that they are a victim. I won't live with a victim mentality or an oppressed mentality over my head when I know that if I show up and do the work and I can help those come alongside me to do that work, that they'll be successful. At the crux of it, that's the problem of the ideology, just the tension that nobody was wanting to talk about as we dance around 2-6, this or that and this, and where's our funding coming from? It is an issue of values. And I don't know, I think that is a lens that we have to look at that. What is our value system? And has that value system of diversity, equity, and inclusion, or EDI, has it been a political wedge, an ideological tool? Has it been divisive, or has it actually brought people together? I have emails and I have evidence that I could put together where I think at times our EDI department have been incredibly divisive in their operations and how they have spoken to different staff people, specifically people in law enforcement, making them feel marginalized within the culture of the county because of the color of their skin and the work they do. I don't want that message coming out to our law enforcement, men and women law enforcement, or anybody. I don't want anybody's immutable trait to be any reason for any type of discussion within this county. It's morally wrong to judge somebody based on something they cannot control, or to marginalize or tell them that they have some type of character flaw innate in them because of the color of their skin or because of their gender, who they are, who they love. I want you to judge me on my ideas, on my values, on my character, not that I'm married to a man or have a black son. And EDI just does that. It distills who I am by my immutable traits. It only talks about that. What's funny is, if I walked into this room and sat in the back and none of you guys actually knew who I was, you could say, oh, that guy has a beard, he's probably wearing cowboy boots, and he's probably likes this type of music, and he probably drives this type of car, and he probably is this type of person or this type of man in Clackamas County. And if you talk to me for 2 minutes, you would know that who I am is so much more diverse than that, so much more multifaceted than my immutable traits, so much more beautiful and unique. Every single one of us is so much more beautiful and unique than the color of our skin or who we're with. That is what the EDI work, I believe, robs from the individual.